We have a new backcourt combination, James Harden and Russell Westbrook. Westbrook takes it home for three.
Harden. Oh, jeez.
He's put on a clinic. If they were not friends, I don't think you would see such an animated conversation in the beginning.
Harden, alley-oop to Westbrook. There's that chemistry between two old friends. Quite a dynamic duo in the backcourt.
James Harden and the Rockets facing off against Kyrie Irving and the Nets. The two leading scorers in the NBA so far this season. It's the Rockets blasting off on the fast break. Russell Westbrook, that would be a Smitty under the rim nominee. How about James Harden with the dime to Clint Capella?
Also a nominee as well.
I think this is going to be there next week.
It could be. We got to wait and see. We got to see what the voters say.
I think he finished above the rim, though. Might be a technicality there.
It could be.
Well, Harden looking good early. 36 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. I mean, if you just saw this, you would think he had a great game. But Kyrie Irving, great from outside, 5 from 8 from three-point range. They were down by 10 at this point. Then Karis LeVert finishing on the break, 25 points for him. And the Nets take a 2-point lead at the break. Russell Westbrook, 27, 8 assists, 7 rebounds, 4 steals. We're tied at 68. But how about Kyrie finding Taurean Prince? That was a theme for this particular night.
It was early. Doing a nice job, the entire Nets team moving, body movement, constantly on the weak side. You see guys in motion and Kyrie finding guys early.
Now, this is what, when you see this from the Houston Rockets, you think this is a good harbinger. Russell Westbrook with the block in the fourth quarter, like they're playing hard on defense. And that leads to this.
You just showed one play.
That was one play. But here's the real issue with him. Harden 2 for 16 from three-point range, 10 for 31 from the field, struggling. And the Nets looking to knock out the Rockets. There's Prince again knocking it down. What is this sign from Kenny Atkinson? That's 3D.
You have to talk to coach because I'm looking at this to signal we're going to football right now.
That's exactly right. No threes. No threes late in the game.
22 points, 10 assists for Kyrie Irving. More on that in a minute. But how about that? 3 players for the Nets with over 20. Kyrie, Karis LeVert, and Prince. Here's Karis following. Well, Harden struggling mightily early this season. We see the points. I mean, you see that and you think, wow, he's still averaging 37 a game. But his points, the same as his field goal percentage, his three-point percentage down, and really you take out the Wizards game in which he kind of lit it up for 59, and those numbers are extremely skewed. Smitty, what are you seeing with Harden early in the season and how he's struggling?
Well, I think right here is, he was making those contested shots in years, and he still will. It's still early. But I think to win ball games, I would love to see him break down the defense. He has this type of ability. When you're missing these shots, the defense is standing in the way they play. There's 5 guys saying, and you know this, you coached against the Houston Rockets team. If you're missing long threes, 5 guys are standing behind the line. There's no way you're going to really have advantage of offensive rebounding. I still think the game is when you break down in his position where he gets to the line 16 and a half times, it's going to collapse the defense. I can get a kick out. I can get Rise running after me. But right now, we're standing around as defenders, and we're waiting for you to miss. And you just simple box out and get the basketball and go. I think for him is you're struggling from the field, you're struggling from the three-point line, and you're number 1 in turnovers in the league. That combination right there is not going to result to a lot of wins, and your best players have to lead. Always taught your best players can beat you in so many different ways, and he has that ability to do it other than just scoring.
You know, those are great segues you just provided for us because efficiency, execution, that's coach speak. And the 2 stars in this game, Kyrie Irving and James Harden, they were opposite when it came down to final stretch.
No question. I mean, so Kyrie got everybody involved. He had his 10 assists. But then late in the game, it's ISO time for both guys. And they went back and forth in the last 3 minutes. And quite honestly, Kyrie was just a little bit better. Here on Daniel House, step back 3, tough shot. Come right back the next possession here. Harden trying to get him back into it is going to isolate on Taurean Prince. Misses. This is what happened over the last couple minutes. That's actually Houston basketball the whole game. But not tonight for Brooklyn. Tonight, a lot more ball movement, a lot more people involved. But then Kyrie took over when it was time.
Certainly, when you look at the Brooklyn Nets and the fact that they felt like they needed a win at 1-3, they got it done, improving to 2-3 on the season. Milwaukee and Orlando also in action. Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks in town to face the Magic. Eric Bledsoe, part of a big outside shooting for Milwaukee. They made 17 three-pointers. Ersan Ilyasova getting in on the action. And that seemed like it opened up the game for Giannis.
Well, it did. I mean, anytime you can have teams knocking down threes at a high clip and high percentage, it's going to help your superstars who can drive it and attack. And that was interesting. I thought he might have walked on that play, but he got a chance to finish that, and he's so strong. But I still thinking, is that George Hill?
That was a strong finish.
Whoa,
That was George Hill. Yes, it was. Fountain of Youth. It's not far from there.
The Bucks bench had 32 points in the first half. They were ahead 62-39 at the break. So the Bucks, their 2 losses, they had been up by 19 or more and lost those games. That wasn't the case in this one against the Magic. They came out and it seemed like they didn't want to have that happen again.
This is the first time all year. They were the number 1 defense last year, and this is the first game this year their defense has been dominant.
That's a different Antetokounmpo there. That's the Nassus with a nasty finish at the rim. And look at his brother. Giannis excited that, hey, he's got his brother on the team. He's making big plays. In the Bucks, they get the win 123-91. Now, normally we hear from the team that won. But in this case, head coach Steve Clifford, he opened up.
So it's going to be quick, but this simple. The people most responsible for how hard a team plays every night is the head coach and the best players. That's how the NBA works. Nobody else. The head coach and the best players. You give up 36 fast break points when it was the biggest emphasis this morning, okay? And then the second biggest emphasis was the three-point game, of which they were wide open. It wasn't like they made all these great shots. They're wide open, okay? So it was an unacceptable effort against a great team, and they played well. But I'm going to say it again. Nobody's more responsible than me and the best players. That's the way the NBA works. So hopefully we'll all do better, starting with me tomorrow and the best players, and then we'll see if we can do better.
Well, Stan, when you look at the Magic's offense, worst in points per game in the NBA, shooting under 40% from the field, under 30% from three-point range. And then you hear Coach Clifford talking about the effort not there. Those are a lot of alarms.
Well, no question. I mean, the offense has been on a big struggle, but coming into tonight, they were the number 3 defense in the league. The last 30-plus games last year, they were the number 1 defense in the league. So that effort in defense is what they've been able to count on. He didn't see it tonight, and obviously when your offense is struggling, the only chance you have is to really dig in and play as hard as you can. He didn't think he was seeing that, and he's absolutely right in what he said. The head coach has to take responsibility, and as you know, because you were one of those guys, the best players have to take responsibility for the approach the team takes.
And you said the best players taking responsibility for the approach. Looking at this highlight, Giannis seemed to do that for a team that had blown 2 19-point leads. When they were ahead big, he didn't let his foot off the gas.
No, not at all. And as a best player, you're a leader, quote unquote, sometimes. And a lot of people think it's a lot of chatter and a lot of rah-rah. Sometimes you can just look the way your best player approaches how hard he's playing. And I think for the Orlando Magic, I want to see some of those guys just give that type of effort. You can shoot it bad, but I think you play off of your best players, especially the energy they're giving. And I don't see the energy from those guys, even when they're having bad nights. And it's early, but, you know, if you're Coach Clifford, every game counts. 2 and 3 is just, you want to stop this bleeding right now, the way you're playing. You can lose some games, but you want to lose games the right way.
Well, a team that seems to be bringing that effort every night right now, the Boston Celtics, looking for their 4th straight win facing the New York Knicks. Marcus Morris playing for the Knicks now, facing his former team, and he looked like he wanted to get out there and get some buckets. Kemba Walker had a lot of those, 33 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Here is Marcus putting in work, 29 and 9.
Against your old team.
Hey, remember me?
They didn't offer him a contract either, right?
Now, Jason Tatum, you know, his efficiency numbers were down to start the season. Last 2 games, including this one, back up.
He's shooting the 3 great. I think he came in at around 48%. He was 4 for 8 tonight from 3. He's driving the ball more. Still not getting to the free throw line a lot, but he is taking better shots.
How about Mitchell Robinson?
Kid has
An
some time.
eraser.
He can do that. He has some great timing on blocking shots. Good job of getting out and running.
Nice pass by R.J. Barrett there, too.
Ooh, that was a snatchback.
Yeah. On Frank Ntilikina, Kimball Walker smiling about that one. Guess when you drop
I
30.
think he hurt his elbow on that one.
Oh, that was a grimace,
Yeah.
not a smile. Thank you for correcting that.
Offensive rebound usually gives up the 3.
Yes, it does. And the Knicks have been a great rebounding team this year. Haven't done a lot of things real well, but they have rebounded well.
So we're tied at 102. Jason Tatum for the win.
I think for me, Coach, if you switch, I got to switch out harder, deny, front, and then I think also I know they wanted Mitchell Robinson on the ball because of his size, but if you see the offensive guy coming there where you got to cut off that baseline, make that a tougher pass.
No question about that, but great footwork on the part of Jason Tatum. Great one for young players to watch. Go back and look what he did. A lot of times when you're talking to young guys about footwork, even young NBA guys, their eyes sort of glaze over, Smitty, like this isn't important. It's all about now. It's all footwork.
4th straight win for the Celtics. Let's hear from Jason Tatum.